what you would like to talk about today. I have some exciting guests that are going to come here today and chat to me about their YouTube journeys, how it's been like. It's just a casual chat, you guys. The purpose of these streams is so that we can get used to doing our live streams, so that we can be out here on YouTube making live stream money. Okay, so yeah, it's nothing formal. We're just helping each other to grow here on this platform. So anything is welcome. Any questions that you want to ask our guest is welcome. And also, if you want people to go and subscribe to your channel, do not forget to actually put that in the comment section. Mention that you have a channel so that people can go check out your channel. I've got all of the links for all of the people that I'll be chatting to today in the description. So it's actually a good time now before we start for you to go and check out those channels. And if you have questions about anything regarding their channels, you can come and ask here in the comment section. Anything is welcome, you guys, but we do everything respectfully. So thank you so much for joining us, those that have come in and joined us. If for any reason you guys cannot hear me, please just give me a heads up if you can hear me and you can hear me well. And if the picture is clear, but I can't do much with the quality of the of the picture with the live, because it looks fine to me. But let me just greet people that have come in. Thank you so much for coming in. Confi's Kitchen. We actually had Confi's Kitchen on our first stream. We had so much fun with her. Guys, please subscribe to her channel, Sibo's channel as well. Please, Sibo Ngubane, please go and subscribe to her channel. Vanessa Marpel. I believe you have a channel. Do you have a channel, Vanessa? Hi, Vanessa. Thank you so much for coming. Hi, Celia Mutweneng Zingel. Hey, Celia, I've been thinking about you. Your videos. Your recent videos. Oh my God. Like, I was like, I cannot believe that you are still standing. Guys, please go check out Celia Mutweneng Zingele's channel and subscribe to her channel as well. Entertainment Plug ZA, I believe that is a channel as well. Please go and subscribe. And also, you guys also subscribe to our guest channel. Everything is in the comment section. Love your shirts, Ntando. Thank you so much. These shirts, we made these t-shirts when we had a trip. Was it like 2 years ago to Mpumalanga with my friends? Yo, it was such a fun trip that we had. So we made it. It actually has Mpumalanga at the back. So we had a trip from Devon to Mpumalanga. Such a fun trip that we had. Yes, I have a channel. So, okay, make sure you subscribe to Vanessa's channel. Bako, hi Bako. We had Bako last week. Ooh, that the week before last, because last week we didn't have. We had to postpone. Oh, you actually got our live today, because last time I remember it was you who complained that we had done it too early. Thank you so much, you guys. Everybody, I think, that is in the comment section right now has a channel. So make sure that you are subscribed to everybody. Anyway, guys, it doesn't take any, even if you are subscribed to 1 million channels, it doesn't take anything away from you. So make sure that you do that, and you do that for our guests as well, guys. Listen, October, how has October been as a YouTuber? That's what we're going to talk about. For me, October has been quite interesting, because it's the first time that I'm not like new on YouTube this October. So with the Vlogtober, I hadn't planned for it. I've done a few videos for Vlogtober, but I'm not really that committed to it because I didn't plan it that much. But in terms of work, when I look at the revenue, it looks okay. It looks better than it did in September. September was September was not good at all, but it looks good. So I think we're gonna do well in October. I don't know, but I'll hear what other YouTubers have to say. It's been great as well, you guys. Those who do reviews and Uthando Nosthembu, do not miss out on Uthando Nosthembu. That is such a money maker, that is such an income maker. Obviously, based on your level of income that you're making at the time. So do not miss out on those reviews of Uthando Nesithembu. And it's interesting because everybody is doing Uthando Nesithembu, but everybody is doing Uthando Nesithembu different. So don't feel like, oh, there's so many people doing it, so I can't do it. No, go make that money. If you are still working to get subscribed, jump on it, because I really feel like those videos do really well. And use the 3 E's to capture audiences: emotional, entertaining, and educational. Algorithm loves this. That is such a good advice. That is such good advice. Guys, please note that from Vanessa. Thank you so much, Vanessa. And then Walk with O said, how can't sikubona nini frying eggs or whatever the vlog is all about. You will see the ugliest egg because I don't fry very nice eggs. Okay. Listen, I'm not good with vlogging. I'm still learning when it comes to vlogging. Maybe when I get like professional cameras, it will feel different. I don't know. Sometimes I'm trying to vlog, and then sometime in a day I forget that I'm vlogging. so I'm such a bad vlogger. Anyway, I'm going to note this one from Vanessa: emotional, entertaining, and educational. Algorithm loves this. And the algorithm, guys, it's such a brilliant tool. It can be dumb sometimes, especially when it comes to us African content creators that sometimes use our language to create content. It can be dumb in that way, but it's such a brilliant a tool that they use in terms of pushing our work here on YouTube. So it really is a great idea to actually understand how it works when you are a YouTuber as early as possible in your YouTube journey. Sila says, I always enjoy your vlogs on Siposetsu's channel, Dando. Thank you so much. And those are so difficult to do because a lot of the time, that's why when I go to the hospital, I also take the caretaker with us, because it's so difficult to take those footages, those clips, while we're also dealing with the fact that we're in the hospital. We're actually going back on the 19th. We've got an appointment. I was actually thinking that you are also going to court that same day. So it's actually a good day for me to remember and keep you in my prayers that day. Views on short have now been added to the monetization thread. But is it added with for the main channel, Vanessa? That's what I don't understand. Is it added to the main channel? Is it working like as the same platform now? Because before it was separated. That's why I just didn't pay attention that much to the shorts. Maybe Vanessa can actually explain that to us in terms of shorts. I need so much information when it comes to shorts. That's why I have been feeling like I don't even want to waste a lot of time on shorts, because if it's not contributing to my main channel, I don't want to do it. But it's great that we're going to have someone that is going to give us some information on that. So guys, let's begin. We do have our first guest. Hey, this guest is very busy, and he has another appointment later on today, so he's going to be the first one. Ubongani, we've had him on 2 of our streams already, but he has so much to share on YouTube because he's been around for a long time, has many channel. Every time he comes here, he's coming with a different channel. So let's welcome him so that we can have a chat. Hi, Bongani. Unjani? You see, now I can't hear you. Can the viewers hear you? That's what I'm trying. I need to figure out if it's just me and I need to fix my settings. Can you guys hear Bongani? Hi, Bongani, how are you?
Right. How are you, Sister Ntanda? I wonder, are they able to hear me?
We cannot hear you. Comment? I think we need to.
They are not hearing me.
Yeah. I cannot hear you. No, I can't. I think we need to sort out the sound thing. Bongani, please check your settings and see if you can change them, because I cannot hear you. Yes, we can hear him. So the viewers can hear you. Let me just check on my settings then. Thank you so much to Simply Onika YT. Thank you so much for that. Simply Onika, I believe she has a channel as well. Please go and subscribe to her channel. Let me see. I'm just gonna check on my settings a little bit and then welcome back Ubongani to the stream. I think he just clicked out because he thought the problem was with him. But yes, guys, I would like to hear Vanessa share more about the shots, and I think also Clentis had done some videos on it. Actually, just doing some details on how Amashorts work, and I haven't paid a lot of attention to it. Okay, let me change the settings and see. But it's not me who they cannot hear, so it can't be my microphone. Um, okay. Okay, guys, just bear with us while we try and sort out. Or maybe let me just do this. I think I know what the problem is. I think I know what the problem is. The problem is with me. Okay, let me try this. I know. I had Bongani, how are you?
Right, Sister Ntando, how are you?
I need to take out my setting because I have headphones when I'm at work. So let me just change it now. So because I think I know what the problem is. Guys, you will bear with us. This is the reason why we are doing these streams, because we want to be able to learn how to stream and work out these problems as we go. So let me, yes. I think I'm gonna hear you now. Can you try
Sister
and
Ntando,
say?
can you hear me now?
I've been the problem this whole time.
Buka manje sengizifaka ama-headset.
You know, we almost canceled because of the sound thing. Yes, it's me, because when I'm at work, I've got the work headphones, so I didn't change that settings. I usually change it when I come out. Okay, guys, we're cool. Everybody, no sisa, you guys be ready. We're starting now. Thank you so much, Bongani, for coming. It's always great to have you here. I think it's great to have you here because obviously you're still walking a journey of, I don't know if we should still say a smaller YouTuber, but you are still close enough to that point where you still remember that journey, how it was like. So it's great that we can chat to you and find out where are you now with the journey YouTube. Today is the 14th of October. We're almost in the middle of the month. This is the time where you can see if you are working hard on YouTube, because if you haven't made half of the money that you are aiming for the month end, that means that you still need to work more. How has October been for you?
Yo, I want Sister Ntando know October and the previous month. Icon. I don't know whether YouTube was greeting me, welcoming me to the YouTube thing, or I don't know whether they are testing me. I don't know. But all I know is that the 2 previous months, no, they are not good for me. October, I can already.
Is it
Okay.
October or is it September and August? Because for me, it was between August and September. And in October, I'm feeling like things are starting to be different. Is October feeling the same for you as September?
Okay. Right now we are in October, né?
Yes.
That means we are working. The money we're making this month, we're gonna get it in November.
In
So I
November,
usually
yes.
confuse it that way. Eh?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, yes.
No,
yeah.
the previous month was better, but it was not as good as I would have expected, especially how it started. It started on foot on the pedal. It was like I was cruising. It was like I was gonna drive. The police would have catch me. I don't know, but it was as if taking a journey from Joburg to Durban. You just get to entry, and then you sit next to the first lane, and then you know what I'm saying. It started that way. When you are able to make. Last month I was able to make $100 in less than 3 days. So
Wow,
let's just
that's
say
good.
3 days, $100. And then I was like, you know what? This month we are in it. Things turned.
Yeah.
So after a week, it slowed down, and then going forward, it was down. I had to work hard. You know what I'm saying. I had to work hard, but to be quite honest, it hasn't been good ever since then until now, as we speak. No, if we speak Google revenue, no, hi. Mm-mm. If I was faint-hearted, I think I would have quit YouTube now. I was like, but sometimes you'll be like, hey, it's the love of what I'm doing that drives me more than what I'm now getting.
Yeah. So tell me, because these streams, for me, it was mainly for people. I wanted to encourage people that want to come on YouTube to start YouTube channels, because people just they drag it too long. Like I did too. I dragged it too long, just waiting to learn more about YouTube and all of that, instead of just starting. That is the purpose. But also the purpose of it is for us as YouTubers to get used to doing our live streams and getting comfortable with it, and actually just seeing that it's not as big of a deal as we think that it is, and we're missing out on opportunities to interact with our viewers when we don't do it. Okay, so tell me, for you, when you started your YouTube channel, how that was. What made you start a YouTube channel, and
Huh.
did it become more difficult, or did you realize it was easier than you thought it was going to be?
Yo, I like that question. I like that question a lot. Yo, I get, giving me goosebumps by just asking that question. Okay, right. First of all, let's start with the first question. What was the reason for me to start YouTube? Okay, okay. Let me say this. I am a person who loves church. So there is a verse in the Bible that says, "A righteous man leaves inheritance for his children." Right now, so I've always asked myself to say, I don't have a child right now. If I were to have a child and I were to die, what is it that I will leave for that child? Something that will make, and something that at least will make or generate income for at least a period of 10 years while they are still trying to figure out things. Hence,
Yeah.
when I started with EU Talk. And if you look at the content that I was doing with EU Talk, it was a content that I knew that is gonna. I kept saying even on my channel that I'm doing a content that is gonna last at least the next 50 years. It will still be relevant for the next 50 years. So I've
Yeah.
always looked at YouTube from that perspective. To be quite honest, I'm gonna say this. That's why I don't love the other channel that is close to 10k, Ntondowe Tusi Media. That's why I don't love it, because I know the content that is there, it is less likely to expire in the next 5 years. I hate
Yeah.
doing a content that will expire in the next 2 years or 3 years. I want to do a content that will take longer, so that if I don't succeed in life the way I want to, at least I have enough money, because this is the life that I want to live. If I get married or have a wife, we have children, I want to get to a point where I say, you are now old, get out of my house. Here is your house. Here is your furniture. Go start your life with your wife there. If ever she, look, is he, go start your life there. If it's possible, here is a car, house, fully furnished, go start your life. I don't want my children to start life where I started. So YouTube
Yeah.
became a thing of, let me rather create a backup plan. If my plans fail, the content that I'm going to create there will have to sustain my children if something unthinkable were to happen. So that has been the motivation. That's why you will see me doing the content here. I'll tell you the truth. The content that I love the most that I'm doing right now, it is the SA business ideas and jobs. Most of what I'm doing there, I'm guaranteed that it's going to last at least it's going to be relevant at least for the next 20 years or so.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that has been the motivation.
Yeah.
Then getting
So,
into YouTube.
yeah.
Okay.
So, have you found the experience to be more difficult than you thought, or have you found the experience to be easier than you thought before you started?
Yeah, I know it has been the most difficult thing to do. One thing that I've noticed, especially educational content, as much as you are creating a content that's going to last longer, but you must know that if you are creating such content, even building towards the success of such content, it takes longer. If a
It
person
does,
like
yeah.
DJ Sbu tells you that an educational content like his took longer to succeed, how, mind you, who's DJ Sbu and the type of guest he's
Mm,
interviewing, how much more
yeah,
about you and I, unknown people, look, in the masses of, or within the masses of our local, our society here, you want to build that type of content, it's going to be 10 times difficult than DJ Sbu. So I found it to be more difficult. But then let me show you something. I've also then created a different content now. If you look at the content, or the one that now I'm designing, ESA Infotainment News, it has proved to be not as difficult as, one, the content here you talk, two, the content here SA business ideas and jobs, because those content are how to. That means those content are educational content. Even the
yeah,
growth is as low as
yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But if you
yeah.
look at SA Infotainment News, 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, I was sitting on 500 and something. As we speak today, I'm
Mm,
sitting on 668. Watch hours is growing like nobody's business.
yeah.
Far on the contrary to the far opposite, SA Business Ideas and Jobs, clearly
Yeah.
sitting on more than 1,000 subscribers, but the watch hours there, it's growing slowly. So there is this
Mm,
understanding to say, if you are building an educational content, you
yeah.
really have to be extremely patient, and that's what YouTube taught me when I was doing when I was starting, because I was more into educational content.
I think we might be having some slight network issues, but let me just ask you this one question. I'm gonna read the comments, you guys, and we're going to interact in the comment section as well. Let me ask you this one question: if there is one thing that you can say to the person at home thinking, that has been thinking and thinking and thinking of starting a YouTube channel, what would you say? What would be the one thing that you would say to them?
I'm a firm believer of these things, Sister Ntando. Even when I do get that opportunity to speak, because I constantly get that opportunity to speak every weekend, I'm a firm
Yeah,
believer of this. As a person, in order for you to succeed,
yeah,
you don't need to look at who is doing what and what is trending, but you need to look within you and say, I, what am I capable of? If you know that, okay,
yeah,
you are capable of speaking, then you don't need to go buy recording equipment and all the stuff. All you need is a smartphone. So I usually say to people, if you cannot succeed with your
mm,
smartphone, having your smartphone, forget about success. Forget about success. Because if you
that's
fail to
true though.
succeed,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
smartphone, then even if I were to buy you a laptop and buy you a big recording cameras with all the PA system and all the stuff,
It
you will
wouldn't make a
never
difference.
succeed. You will
Yeah.
never do any different. To achieve something of a great significance, you need to start with the little things that you have. Sitting at home,
Mm,
looking at me, and you're like, I can speak better than him. The only way for us to see that you can speak better than me, get into the platform, start doing it.
yeah.
I talk to a lot of people. There are people that I'm trying to get them on the platform. Some I'm helping to, you know what I'm saying. I usually say to them, when you start, you're not gonna be perfect. Forget about it. Even
Mm,
I'm a big YouTuber such as Abo Sims, right? Abo Dibuti, Abo Mr. Red Life. You do see mistakes, but it's just that they are learning to. They are constantly minimizing their mistakes, so that's why they sound
yeah.
better. They look and sound better than you, but you can never be at least at their level unless you start. So if you have data and you're busy watching or consuming my videos, you are
Mm,
wasting a lot of time. I'm not saying don't watch our videos, but I'm saying I do watch other people's videos as well. But at the same
yeah.
time, I schedule time to look to do my own videos. So if you have a smartphone and you have got a Gmail account, then you have absolutely no reason not to start.
That's true.
Like
It's
zero,
so
zero.
true. Yeah,
Smartphone, Gmail account, then you've got a YouTube channel there. You've got zero,
already.
zero, 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 zero. People are successful these days. They are building meaningful brands using their smartphone.
That's my
If you're not comfortable doing a YouTube content, then it's fine. Go to Twitter, go to Facebook. You can be successful on Instagram. Like if like there has to be something that you do with your smartphone, but you have to start, like as in at the end of this live stream, when you should be
do it.
saying, I'm recording a video tonight. No matter
Yeah,
how perfect, even if you don't know how to look, do the right thumbnails and all the stuff, let me tell you one thing, there's always going to be that content creator who will reach out to you and show you how to do it. I don't know how, but there's always be that one content creator that will somehow find a way of reaching out to you and will hold you by the hand until you get success, until you get that success, like it or not. So you don't need to know everything. If you
yeah.
wait that longer, you will not do it. You'll
That's true.
procrastinate until you go down in the grave.
Thank you so much, Bongani. I agree with that, you guys. Just after this live, just do a video and post it and see. Even if you get your family members to watch it, just do it. Thank you
Exactly.
so much. Thank you so much, Bongani, for joining me today. I know you've got another meeting that you need to prepare for, so we appreciate your time very much. It's always great to have your
One last
advice
thing.
here and your encouragement. Yes, yes, we do have time
Yeah,
for one last thing.
okay, yeah, one of the things today I am as busy as you can't imagine how busy is Bongan.
Mm,
Soon I will be launching I'm going somewhere with this thing. Soon I will be
yeah,
launching a certain business that everybody will know about it, ne? Probably not everybody, but yeah, most of you guys will know. But I want to show you
yeah,
how I structured up things. It is because I started on YouTube. That's why now today I'm able to build. That's now I'm able to build what I'm building, because I'm saying if YouTube pays me this much, then I'm gonna take this much, invest it in a certain project. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing at the background. I'm doing probably 5 projects right now, but one
yeah.
of two of them will be launched very soon. But I'm being funded. All those projects are being funded by my Google revenue or my YouTube revenue. So if you
Revenue, yeah.
basically start today, you are basically funding or you will be able to fund some of the projects that you want to do in life. So that's
In the
basically
future,
what
yeah.
I'm trying to do. I'm rushing. I'm rushing to do something that has been funded by my YouTube account. So if you're sitting at home,
Mm,
how are you gonna fund it? In the government, I've worked almost all the offices you can think of. Whether you talk about GEP, whether you're talking about NYDA, I've been into Johannesburg. The last time I checked, they were all joined. They were the office. They were NYDA, Boagu, all Johannesburg. What road? I've
mm,
been there. To get funding within the government, it's difficult. So there's only one way.
very,
Then you can fund yourself. Go to
yeah.
YouTube, create videos
I agree. I can't
that will
agree
fund
more.
yourself.
Mm.
Then you're done.
Yes, I totally agree with that. It's such a good opportunity. Like I always say to people, even when you're between jobs, maybe you just completed your varsity, you don't have that dream employment yet. It's a great way to be doing something to make some money while you're waiting for that dream job, if it ever comes, or for that dream project, if you ever actually start doing it. Thank you so much, Bongane. We appreciate you so much. We're gonna have you here all the time if you wanna come all the time, because Guys, thank you so much to everybody that's interacting in the comments section. I think in response to the question about the shorts, Ubako is saying the last time I checked, watch hours from shorts do not count towards that 4,000 watch hours required to be monetized. So Vanessa is saying that they count now, but she's not sure. I guess we need to, I actually need to approach Clancy's too to come and chat to us maybe next week if he is willing. For me, I don't give shorts a lot of time. Like if I don't understand how the platform makes me money and contribute towards my main channel, I don't focus on it that much. But anyway, we're still chatting in the comment section. Anybody that has that information will be able to share it with us. And then Marco says, Vanessa, please confirm. And Vanessa says, here is the link to the short article. I think she's going to put a link there, you guys, so that if you want to go and look at that article, then you can see what it says in regards to the shorts. If you are somebody that is interested in doing the shorts on the platform. And then there is also Cook Some More with V. V, you changed your channel name. Oh, it's another channel. Listen, I didn't even notice that you changed your channel name. Welcome, V. It's so great to have you here. You're not too late. We just had one guest. Ramaiti Cooks. You need to tell me how you pronounce your channel name because I always feel like I'm not pronouncing it right. Guys, everybody that is in the comment section right now has a channel. You have to subscribe to everybody. Thank you so much to the 15 people that are watching right now. Make sure that you like the stream. And if you are somebody that already has a community post and you do not mind sharing our stream on your community post, please do that for us. And then let's have fun in the comment section. You are allowed to ask questions. You are allowed to ask our guests questions. You are allowed to ask the other viewers questions. If there is a question that is asked in the comment section and you can answer it, you are welcome to do that. This whole stream is about just YouTubers interacting with one another and supporting one another. There is literally more mashallah. Thank you so much for joining us today. So great to have you here. Please make sure that you are subscribed to our guests channel. Everything is in the comment section. The links are in the comment section. Also, everybody that is in the comment section also has a YouTube channel. Everybody here has a YouTube channel, okay? So we're going to welcome our guests, you guys. Nothing is as intimidating as talking about finance. I work in finance, but I am very intimidated to discuss my own finances. Does that even make sense? Don't ask me about my money. I can count the university money, but I don't want to count my own money. Okay, so let's welcome Onosis to our live today. Hi, Nosis.
Hello. Anjan.
Hello. Yeah,
Yang yes.
Pilujani.
Ngarai.
Yes, no, I can hear
Ngarai.
you well. The problem was actually
That's
with me
good.
that time, so I can hear you.
That's
How are
fine.
you today?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm okay, sis.
Mm.
It's been a great day today. At least Eskom isixolelile
Yes.
load shedding,
Yes.
so we can
Yes.
have our
Yes.
stream. So tell us a little bit about your channel. When did you start on YouTube?
I started in August this year. So I started in August this year. I think I watched somehow. I ended up watching Clentus's channel. And then I
Mm.
think his channel was like for South African YouTubers. So I'm like, oh, I think I can do this, you know? So I think, so that's how it made it like um, doable. So something that I can also do. So I'm like, okay, let me try and see what happens with my channel if I started. But it made it seem, because sometimes you watch Americans and you watch these other people with their channels and
Mm.
advice, but you don't see that actually a person who has a YouTube channel is a person. It's just anyone who just decides to have a YouTube channel. You know, you don't have to go for an interview. It's just you can just start any day. You know. So yeah.
Yes, and I do think that that information got to the South Africans
Mm,
a little bit late because we thought you
mm.
need something special to be on
Yes,
YouTube, like a
exactly.
TV presenter.
Exactly.
They call
Now
you
and
for
I
an
didn't know. I was
interview.
like, oh.
Yes.
And then someone actually, I watched something and someone actually said, if you're watching a video on YouTube, you have a YouTube channel. You're just not posting videos.
Mm,
I'm like, oh, okay. I can
which
do
is
this. Yeah,
exactly
but
true. Yes, yes.
exactly. So
So
anyone can start.
tell us a little bit about what you do on your channel. What is your channel about?
So my channel is Finance with Nosisa, and I'm speaking about finances. So
Yeah.
it's just things that I wish I knew when I was growing up. So, guys, like, for one, I wish I knew my credit score and the importance because I didn't care. I remember I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
a card, a retail card, and I would pay when I felt like. I mean, I even got Truecaller, I blocked them, and I didn't realize that that has like later on in life when you want to buy something, it's going to come back to you. So it's just things like that that like you just kind of just wish I knew. So it's like, okay, these are the things I've learned along the way. Because at the time, I think when I wanted to buy something, they charged me Prime Plus 9, right? Prime Plus 3 because of that decision of a card,
Yeah.
clothes. So it's just things like I just wish that I knew. I wish that I had just paid more attention to my credit score, to my financial health, learning, savings, budgeting. And I think the more Nazi we're getting better and better and better in our finances, the more we're also getting more responsible with our finances. So it's just, yeah, that's why I started my channel.
So what you're basically saying, because I'm going to ask you questions as if you are now on your channel, okay? So what you're basically saying is that the decisions that you made earlier on in your life in terms of finances will affect you later on in terms of your credit score, and also how much interest they charge you
That's
when
right.
they
Yes.
actually give you credit. That is
Mm-hmm.
such an important thing to know, you know.
Mm,
So
it will.
just overall, tell us what a credit score is and what number you should be looking to achieve when you are working on recovering or working on getting your credit score to be ideal. What number are you looking for exactly?
So I think like around 550 upwards is healthy. But a clear
Mhm.
score, like they like the easiest to work. But there's also another one. I'll just think about what it is that shows you. This one shows you how much you pay because every month they report
Mhm.
to say this is how much you paid, did you skip, and those things stay on your record for a little bit of time. So the thing with the credit score is you're sort of kind of penalized for not having cash, but that's like 99% of people don't have cash to buy a car, buy a house upfront. So because you don't
Yeah.
have the cash, then they'll go into your credit profile and see, are you a good payer? Can you afford it? What do you currently owe? So they'll do analysis of how much, your financial health is. And depending on your health, then they can say, okay, this is how much we want to offer this person. If you're a good payer and your credit score is good, then they'll offer you a lower interest rate because that's how they make their money on the interest, not how much you owe on the interest. That's where they make their money. So the better your credit score, the lower your interest rate is. And if your interest rate is lower, then you yourself are paying less in interest expenses every month because you have a better credit score. So all of these things have a ripple effect, ripple effect, ripple effect, ripple effect. So financial
Mm.
health, especially credit score, is very, 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 very important. Especially because one day you want to buy a house, one day you want to buy a car, one day you want to do all of these things. And the first thing they check is your credit score. And another thing as well is that I also realized is that you mustn't always apply for credit because that
Mm.
actually is not a good sign because it's sort of like, hey, this person is always trying to get credit. What's going on here? So you must give it a
Yeah.
little bit of time to apply for credit. Give it some months to apply for credit because those things stay on your record for a long time. And you must actually look at your clear score, Pella. It tells you your credit score. And then there's this other one, I forgot what the name is, but it tells you how much you pay each month and how you pay. If you skip payments, they are quick to like report you, and then that affects your credit score. So yeah, it's very important.
Wow, thank you so much, no sister. Listen, there's so much of information that I found out so much later on in my life,
Mm,
especially what you're talking about that when you apply for credit, there's a record that you've applied for credit and how many times you do it. That also there is also a record of that. The fact that you applied for credit and got declined,
mm.
it's not like that
Yes,
goes away.
it's not.
That is
It
also
doesn't go
on
away.
your that is also
Mm,
on your record. And it's so
yeah.
important for us to know and for so many young people to know as early as possible. Walk with Horses. Love Nosisa's channel. She seems to be putting so much time in creating it. I agree with you, or she really does. We
Thank
were watching one
you.
of her videos and talking about how much it's like she's doing a presentation, and she actually didn't
Thank
want to
you.
come here because she was scared to come. And I'm like, if you can
I'm
do a
actually
video, you can
shy,
actually come
actually.
here. Yes, but your videos are so good. They really are.
I,
So
Pella,
tell
in
me
finance, Pella,
what
you can't just, you can't just
yes,
say
yes.
anything,
And also you get to edit your video here, you can't edit.
Exactly,
So tell me
exactly.
what are you aiming for when you're doing your videos? What is your aim? What are you hoping that it does for the person that is watching your video?
So the one thing what I spoke about earlier is just educating people, things I wish I knew. And the second thing is, I've had like just like unfortunate things, like I'll get a contract, it ends, now I must look for another job, and the market, and and the company closes, and then you're so stressed because you're thinking come the first of the month, you have to pay these people. And so I was like, I mean, I went to school to study, to get a job so that I can pay my bills. But sometimes, with
Mm,
especially with post, like, C-19 and the economy and stuff like that, it's not always so smooth. Life, I think the more you grow up, the more you realize that life isn't that smooth. And sometimes if I can get an extra 100 Rand or 200 Rand, that's money no one else will give me. So if I can do
mm,
something for myself, for example, I can do finances for companies, I can do, tax, all of those things. So why not try to kind of build my own clientele and put myself out there? And maybe one day someone will say, let me give this girl a chance. And then also just kind of build so that like Ubongani was, what he was saying was just amazing, just to have other sources of income, other ways to make money, because sometimes a salary on its own, it's not enough. And two, if that
not at
company closes
all.
or they retrench, you're in trouble.
Mm,
You're in
yes,
trouble,
yes.
and then now you're stressed. And money is just one of the things that stresses people a lot in marriage, in life. It's just, so if you have just a little buffer, even if you get 2,000 Rand extra, that's 2,000 Rand no one else would give you. So why not try and also push my own thing on the side? And by God's grace, it can also just pick up and be something on its own. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. So
Yes,
yeah.
I think your channel has a great potential. I don't want to lie. And also, I do think it's one of those channels. It's not like us. Sometimes you gossip for something that is current at the time, and a year from now, it won't be relevant. But just content on finance, it's relevant like all the time. So I do think that you have the type of content that will last longer for the viewers. So even if you're not getting a lot of views right now, I don't think that it means that your channel is failing. I hope you don't take it that way, because it really has a great potential. So guys,
Thank
No
you.
Sister Finance with No Sister, please go and subscribe to her channel. Also, everybody that is in the comment section, I believe, has a channel. So just make sure that you are subscribed to everybody. Also, go into our description so that you can see everybody that is going to be a guest here today with their channels. Make sure that you are subscribed to their channel as well. So, no, sister, what are your future plans? What are your future plans now when it comes to
Okay.
your channel? What would you like to see happen moving forward with your channel? And what can the viewers expect from you?
Okay. Okay. So yes, Ubako M actually said it's TransUnion. Yes, that's the one out. So that's the back of my mind. That one will show you 9 month to month what's going
Yeah,
on with
yeah.
your finances. It's even like color coded. Last time I checked, it was even color coded. So you're like, okay, this is bad. I must sort it out. And before
Mm,
I forget, thank you so much for doing this, Ntando. Like you don't know how much this means to us. Planters, for the South African small YouTubers, this actually means a lot
mm,
to us because you guys are teaching us, you're giving us, information, knowledge, you're bringing us on your platforms that are much bigger than ours, and
mm.
giving us more eyes to come to our channel. So really, I just wanted to say thank you for. I'm sure all the creators in the chat can also agree with me. And then what I want for my channel, I know Wuti Finance is a little bit boring, né? So I try to
Mm,
make it a little bit interesting because I know Wuti, when I speak to my sister, she's like, I'm in class now. Like, what's going on? So I'm trying to make it interesting, trying to
yes,
make it like with the editing and this and that. I'm trying to make it as interesting as I can because finance on its own, it's a little bit boring. Yeah, but so you try to
yes.
make it interesting. And I know it's not the kind of content that will blow up. I mean, I'm not talking about the latest this and the latest that, but for me, if I just have like enough people and enough eyes and enough, because what I hope and what I think, is that there's like what 2 billion people or something billion people on YouTube. There has to be people who care about the same thing you care about. There must be. It's just now, hopefully one day the algorithm will give you a chance and find those people that care about what you like as well. So I'm hoping that eventually I get a bit of following, I get a bit of influence, I get a bit of, want to start my business, getting clients for my business, and just like financial education and the importance of financial education as well, the mistakes I've made as well along the way, and just teaching other people what not to do. And I honestly believe, would say, what I love now is our generation and Clentus and everything, is that information is power. The more you know, the more you are better equipped to making decisions. The more you are better equipped to saying, maybe not this, maybe this, maybe not this, maybe this. Because, sometimes not our parents didn't know. So now we know. So now we must also tell other people and vice versa. So that's what I hope as well for my channel.
Yes, I think that I'll be watching your channel because no matter no matter how old you are, you still want to take care of your finances. We hope we pension well very soon. But also, I don't know what you think, but I think also your content could work with shorts because one of the things that people get intimidated with finance talk is when you have to sit and it's a formal talk. Like if you could figure out a creative way of
Ne?
also doing shorts, maybe like that one
Mm,
advice per short,
yeah,
and you do
I'll
it in
do
a
that.
creative and
I'll
entertaining
do
way.
that.
I really think that it
Yeah,
could work. It's not like we
I'll
don't
try
want the
that.
finance advice. Sometimes we want to get away from them. We want to get away from it sometimes, but it's so important that we know. Also,
Yeah.
I always feel like when I want financial advice, I want like practical advice. If I'm going to get a car, what am I looking for in that contract?
Mm,
If I want to buy a
mm.
house, what am I looking for in those, fine prints and all of that? If I'm buying furniture, is it really worth buying furniture on credits and all of that? Like practical advice as well. But I'm really,
Mm.
really excited about your channel. Let's see what they're saying in the comment section, just in case someone has a question before you go out. Bako says, true Nosi, try other streams of income. That is true. We always have to have, you guys. We do have, some of us do have permanent employment. If we were making enough money, we wouldn't be here. Sometimes, you can cover your basics, but you want to be able to go on a holiday. You want to be able, what I mean? So if you can make extra money, why not? And then SA Infotainment News says, no, sister, your channel has a future. Keep up the good work. I agree. I totally agree. And Marco says, Nosi has evergreen content. So true. I agree with
Oh,
that.
thank you.
And
This is so sweet.
Sean Tanyaradzwa Nyamandwe, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I always thought learning about finance was boring. Even had app for it, but this makes me wanna learn. Thank you so much. We're so excited. We're so excited
Thank you. Thank you.
about
Thank
that.
you.
And Confess Kitchen says, thanks for sharing, No Sisa. Listen, I'm bringing No Sisa back. It looks like you guys need No Sisa here, okay? It says, thank you so much, Sisa. I always wish I had better finance knowledge, could have made better choices. Yo, that is me, Celia. Even
Mm,
with my kids, like I want them to learn things that I never learned. I would die if
mm,
my kids make the same finance mistakes that
mm.
I made. That
Yeah.
even to this day I'm still dealing with. I'm hoping that they don't. So it's so great to have channels like you, especially as a young person, because they look at you and they see you young and you still like offering that advice. They are likely to listen to you than maybe an older person. So thank you so much for coming in here. Is there anybody that's asking a question? Yes, also I pronounced it right. Okay, I'm glad. And then it says, Celia, no channel yet. I'm just heavy consumer of YouTube. But work with, oh, I subscribed to your channel anyway, even though there was music there, I think. I still time while working because I work from home. I'm able to watch while working at the same time. You should have a channel off because all of us are waiting to be your viewers at this point. Uh, Maybe even every now and then, no sister, you can link your financial advice with what's happening with celebs. Yes. What do you think about this? What's going on with the celebs losing houses, getting broke, and all of that? What is your view on that? Like asking for donations, and now and then there's somebody that is broke, and we are all broke, by the way. It's just that it's celebrities that are saying saying what is your view on that? What do you think is happening with our celebrities?
I think, you know, in the when they have, I think celebrities, from what I see, they have like a certain number of years where they can make lots of money, and more money than what we can make. But I think
Yeah.
maybe at that time, you know, sometimes when you have a lot of money, you think like it's not, you maybe get excited, you think it will never end or something along those lines. So I think sometimes just having a
Mm,
financial advisor, someone to say, this money, you can actually do this, do this, do this, and make more money for you. Because sometimes money is nice, and we must use, there's a portion of the money that we must use for ourselves. Yes, we've worked hard for it, but there's a
yeah.
portion, ne? Like if I have a lump sum of money, I'm going to buy a shopping center that has a spa, that has a Pick and Pay, that has a something. Why? Because I know
Mm,
that's going to give me money in the future. I'm going to
in
buy
the
investments and let
future.
them grow for years, because later on I'm going to use that money. So sometimes it's like, yes, there's a portion that we must use for ourselves, but there's a portion we must now say, this money must make me more money. Yeah, but so I think
Yes.
sometimes it's also just not having the financial advisor. You know, those people that like look at your finances and they're registered, and they can tell you what you can do with your money, what is the best for you, and then also your own profile to say, are you, you know, risk? Are you like, do you like risk or you don't like risk? And based on that, they can tell you what you can do with your money, so that in future that money can make you more money, and not to spend every single
Mm,
dollar. Because the problem sometimes is that, I know I'm also guilty of it as well, is that sometimes you're like, hey, I've got money, let me go spend. You get excited. Yeah,
yes.
but then
Yeah.
a portion of it must for savings. Savings is for emergency funds, and a portion is for investments. Investment is for it to make more money for you in the future. So
In
it's
the
those type of
future.
things as well that, you know, I think it's just of an unfortunate thing. And I think more the celebrities that are coming now will then learn to say, okay, maybe we can do something a little bit differently, rather. Maybe we can learn
Mm,
to do this, maybe we can invest in this, maybe we can buy this, maybe we can do that. Because, you know, assets build, you know, especially like when you go to shopping centers and things like that, like it at the time maybe it sounded like a waste of money, but I'm sure that person with this shopping center makes millions.
yes.
Millions.
Without
I
doing
mean, so
much.
it's
Yeah.
without doing anything. You just bought a place,
Mm.
you make sure, Gucci, there's water, there's lights, there's, you know, there's all those things. The plumbing is fine, you know, they pay their rents, you've got a property manager, and you're making money. Yeah, well, so it's just those type of
Mm,
things, like buy stuff, buy things, buy whatever it is that you want to buy. Is it property? Is it investments? Is it cryptocurrency? I don't know much about it, but is it cryptocurrency? Whatever it is that you can buy, something that will make you more money in future. Yeah. So
okay.
that's what I think.
All right. I know we need to have more conversations like this. We actually do need. I do not even think that it's the celebrities. Honestly, I think it's just
Mm-mm.
us,
It's everybody.
like black people coming into sometimes coming
Mm,
into money, being that
mm,
first person that is a graduate in your family, getting to
exactly.
make money, and then having to
Mm,
take care of yourself and also taking care of your family. And there's also that thing, yo makelo, and once you start working, there's an expectation, not just in the family, in the
mm.
community, that you are supposed to do these all of these things. So it puts pressure on you. So everybody needs to learn
Everyone.
moving forward how we plan better, so that our kids don't have to deal with the things that we have had to deal with. Listen, before we close, one more thing that you want to say to our viewers before you go. Obviously, they must subscribe to your channel so that they can
Yes,
get more
please.
of these advices. What else do you want to say to them?
Yeah, I think like what you're saying, I think this thing is just like a, our skin color. We're also starting to make money, and also, we're starting to learn about finances and how to use our money wisely, and savings and budgeting and investments. So the more we also learn and the more we share information, the better we'll become. So it's not so much to say it's the celebrities, no, because sometimes you think like R1 million is a lot, and I've never had R1 million, but I'm sure it's a lot of money. But R1 million, once you spend R1, it's not R1 million anymore. And once you spend another 10,000, then it keeps on. There's something about money; it just grows. Even if you've got
It
2,000, you're
does.
like, let me buy this, let me buy this. I don't have any money anymore. So it's just
It's
those type
done.
of things. It's like, okay, um, yes, it's, especially what you're saying, Uti, we're the first generation to have this. And I also had the same thing when I told myself the first job I have, I'm going to buy myself a Big Mac meal. And I went and I bought it and I enjoyed it. I was like, I'm going to, because it was something that was so high and unachievable. And,
Yeah.
this thing, I went, I enjoyed it. Yeah, but so we also want to spoil ourselves and everything like that, which is fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I think a
Yeah.
certain percentage of it must be used for budget, for savings. Because, for example, if you get retrenched, yes, they'll give you a package. Yes, you can ask for, you know, like relief and those type of things, but just like savings for maybe your tire bursts in your car, maybe this happens, maybe this happens, savings for a holiday, even savings for good things as well, and then
Yeah.
investments as well. So it's those type of things. So I think that's why I'm not a financial advisor, but I know would say like financial advisors look at your finances and say, do this, do this, do this, do that. And I've made my own mistakes. Yes, I'm an accountant, I'm a qualified accountant, but also have made my own mistakes, which I'm also learning from now. And if it means to downscale my life, I'm willing to do that, because there's some things that I don't need. I don't need them. I just paying for them. I don't even know why I have them. I don't look at my bank statements all the time, those type of things. So when we look at our bank statements and say, this is how much you're spending every month, and then you put a number to it, then you're like, okay, I need to make a lifestyle audit. I need to make a lifestyle change. And I think the more we also learn and share information, which is the era that we're in with the YouTube, with the TikTok and all those platforms, the more we share information, then the more we're also better to equip the generations to come, our children and our children's children, to make better decisions. And we'll get there. I can say we're also getting in the game now. So let's say we'll
We
also
are.
get there, we will get there.
Yes. It's such a great lesson as well to learn as early as possible to just live your own life, not thinking about people's expectations. Because sometimes, like, even when us who have 9 to 5s, like, people will say, you work at this and this place, but you don't have that. To just be able to say, I'm not going to listen to people. I want to live within these means because I want to be
Yeah,
comfortable. I want to be able to see my
exactly.
salary come in, and for a few days I can see it there, because there's nothing, when you have debit orders going
Yeah.
to every month,
Yo,
but then you
yo.
you are meeting people's expectation. You're driving this car, you have
Mm,
this designer, what. It is painful inside you,
yeah,
like you are stressed on
exactly.
payday. So I'm glad that you mentioned that point of, if you feel like you need to, downscale a little bit with your
Mm,
life, there's nothing wrong with that.
mm.
If you
There's
live in a
nothing
bigger
wrong.
place and you decide, you know what,
There's
let me
nothing
go live
wrong.
at a smaller place so that I can just be able to breathe, there's nothing wrong with
Mm-hmm.
that. We need to learn that as well. So thank you so much, Nosisa. Definitely we will have you here again, because maybe next time the viewers can have their questions ready for you, because I feel like they are so interested in what you do. But I really, really appreciate that you joined us today. I'm so glad that you started your channel, because it is something that is needed. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye. Yo, guys, listen, there's so many people at home that are supposed to have YouTube channels already. Nosisa has just started her channel, and she's coming with something that is so needed in this space. And had she not started, we wouldn't have had this conversation. So if you are at home still thinking about it and overthinking it, really, like, look at that. That could be you giving us the information that we need here on YouTube, and you're just too scared to start. Let me welcome a few people. Let me see who I had and welcome. Patience Vego. You were supposed to be here today, okay? But I know you couldn't. It didn't work out for today. So, maybe next week or the week after that, you guys. Anyway, if you're a YouTuber or you want to start a YouTube channel and you want to join us on our live chat, whenever that you want to join us, please contact me on my Instagram and we can make those arrangements. And next time you can be here chatting to us. Listen, our next guest, we've had this guest before, and she came here it. But today she's coming with something different because she does have two other channels, but she's coming with one of them today to tell us about it, because you can even have multiple channels here on YouTube. There is no limit, actually. I don't think they have a limit, do they? I've never heard of them having a limit. So you can start as many channels as you want and grow them and sell them. I mean, Dibuti just is teaching us. You can even sell them. You can even rent them out if you want. So it's a business, you guys. It's a business. So let's welcome Jane to our live stream. Hi, Jane.
Hi, Ntando, ngiyaphila kunjani?
It's so good to have you back here.
Thank you, dear. Thank you for having me here.
How is your grandson?
Oh, he's doing great. He's doing great, just naughty. Sometimes he can be naughty. He keeps me busy.
Guys, Jane does have another channel. Let's Raise Mulemo Together. That's the name of the channel, right?
That's yes.
Yes, I do have.
Mulemo is my grandson, and he's a special needs child. Please support the channel, guys.
They're actually the same age as people say, so that is so exciting for me. I actually wish that you guys stayed closer to Joburg, to Pietermaritzburg, so that we could spend more time. It would be so fun. Yes. So tell us, Jane, today, what channel have you started? Because you recently started a new channel and it's very exciting. I've watched it a number of times. You giving information on that channel. Tell our viewers what your channel is about.
The name of the channel is Edu News in Mzansi, meaning educational news in South Africa. In this channel, we're talking anything that has to do with education in South Africa. We're looking at exams in South Africa. We're looking at preparation of exams. We're looking at registrations, admissions, career guidance. Those are some of the things that we are going to talk about in this channel. The channel is still new. It's about a month and 2 weeks, I think. So please support my channel. Let's do this together.
Yes, you guys, please go check out Jane's channel. I really love your channel. Actually, you remember I watched one of the videos and I was like, I need to send this to my daughter Ulungisa because she is doing a grade 12, because it had so much information in it. So it's information for the learners, but it's also information for the parents and the general public. So I really, really love your channel. How has the experience for you been of having multiple channels and all of them at a stage where you need to be working hard to grow them? How has the experience been?
I don't even know where to start. I've never been this busy because you have to bring a balance on the three channels. If you can check Mulemo's channel now, it's lagging behind. I'm busy with education and my old channel, so it's not easy. It's not easy, but it's a matter of just planning my things in order, and then I will be there. I know that I need to plan. That's all.
Yes. Yeah, no, I know it's a challenge to actually be growing different channels at the same
At the
time.
same time.
Yes, because
Mm.
a lot of the times you find that you don't have common viewers. Like my viewers on the books are different from my viewers of the reviews. So when I'm focused on the other channel, the others will be complaining that we haven't had content.
Exactly.
And I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't have enough time to do everything. It's challenging, but it's a great challenge. I'm sure that the rewards in the future will be so
Will
great.
pay, will pay.
Yes. So tell me, in terms of like the news, what are the sources that you use to source your information in order for you to have this content on your channel? Where do you get the information from?
You know, mostly it's Gauteng Education Department because it is on Twitter. So they
Yeah,
report almost everything on Twitter and on newspapers. It's
yeah,
Sunday Times, it's Times Live. So those newspapers, but newspapers as well, I've realized that they get that information from Twitter because once the minister has reported anything, then
yeah.
they report on newspapers. So I'm using newspapers as well as Twitter. So that's where I
Okay.
get the news.
Okay.
And another thing
So,
is, Nando, I have an experience in teaching. I've been teaching.
yeah.
Okay, should I
No, no.
continue?
Yes,
Okay,
continue.
I'm more than 30 years in education. When
Oh,
I
wow.
took my pension, I was from education. So
Yeah.
I was in education for about 38 years. So more than
Mm,
20 years, I was a teacher in class. And
yeah.
then more than 10 years, I was at the office, at the district office.
Okay.
So, for an example, when I talk about preparing for exams, that information, I do not get it from the minister. That's the
Mm,
information that I get from the experience that I have through teaching, through working
okay.
at the district. So that's
Mm,
where I got the information. When it comes to the using of question papers, for example, the last video that I've just made,
yeah.
that is the information that I was spreading throughout the schools. So as we were
Mm,
advising the schools, because my last 13 years of teaching, I was the subject advisor. So that's what I
mm,
was telling the teachers. So
okay.
as a district official, when it comes to admissions,
Yeah.
that's information that we were dealing with.
Mm,
Registrations of learners, that's what we were dealing with. And the reason, maybe before you ask me that question, the reason why I thought, let me start this channel, it's because when I was at the district, when I was at the Department of Education, what would happen is parents would come at the last minute or maybe after the due date to say,
yeah.
I need space for my child. And when there is nothing we can do, like for
Yeah.
example, now the grade ones and the grade eights are no longer under our control or management. When
Mm,
you apply for grade one and grade eight, it's the MEC who is in charge of those two grades. So
yeah. Yeah.
when parents come after the closing date, as a district official, as a principal, as a teacher, there is nothing I can do. So hence I felt, let me start this channel. So that hence I'm saying my channel is not only for learners, but even for parents.
Parents,
Because
yeah.
things of admissions, registrations, it's parents who must know. So
Mm,
exams, parents need to know how to support their children.
yes.
So it's very important for everyone, not only the learners. Mhm.
Yes, look, I can definitely attest to that because there's so much information that I have got from your channel already since you started. So I think it has a great potential if it can just reach the right viewers that will be able to consume it. But the information in there, it's so important. I love your channel. I love the idea of the channel. And let's just look in the comment section what people are saying. Ubako says, yo, I'm inconsistent in both my channels. Oh, I can relate. I think there's only one channel that I'm consistent in. The other two are suffering. It's like the others are like adopted kids. It's hard, you guys. People that are able to like maintain all channels, like I want that secret because it's hard to do. It's doable because I've seen people do it, but it's not easy. I know. And then Pilile Barbara, hey Dando, and hello everyone. Pilile, you are supposed to be in the waiting room. What's happening? Come in there. The audio is actually sorted. Please let me know if you are still coming in today. We're actually waiting for you, Pilile Barbara. And then Celia. And then Sibo says, hello, hola, Edu News in Umzansi.
Hola.
And then it's Celia. Hi, baby. Listen.
Hi, Celia. Hi, Celia. Thank you, comrades.
Celia says, hello, fellow teacher Jane. I did not know you are my colleague. I am so happy. Guys, the way I wanted to be a teacher, I don't even know why it never happened.
What happened?
I should have been in this group because I saw what to be a teacher. And then Barco says, you and Eddie News must do a collaboration at Celia. They must. They have so much information when it comes to the education of our kids.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
And yes, the treasures of the country. I love teachers, you guys. I love my sister. The one who comes before me is a teacher. My cousin is a teacher. We have so many teachers in our family. So
the family.
Yes, I love teachers. So Jane, how long are you gonna be on YouTube? Is this your retirement plan? This is like one thing that is just going to occupy you for the rest of your life now.
Definitely.
You seem to be having so much fun.
Excited. I'm so excited. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. You know, I don't sleep. Every time I'm thinking of what next. What am I going to do tomorrow? I'm so excited. I should have started this long time ago. But, you know, I had this fear of saying, maybe when I join, these kids are going to say, Ufunani lo magogola, you know, all that. But unfortunately, I want to say, fortunately, I was well received by all of you guys. I was never teased by anyone on YouTube. You know, I'm happy. I'm happy the way you have received me. I didn't think it was going to be like this, you know. At some stage, I thought of doing what do you call it, where you don't show your face.
Voiceover, yeah.
I thought of doing a voiceover so that you don't see who is doing it, but I said no. I'm doing what I love, so I'm going to show my face, and they will get used to me. They will get used to me. And I'm glad I'm here.
I love that you did that. I love that you did that. I love that you showed your face. I love that you showed your age as well. You shared your age, and it's an inspiration for other women that want to come in the space and do it.
Exactly.
And it's an inspiration for younger people as well to say, if she can do it, I can do it.
If she can do it, exactly.
Yeah, why wait? Why wait? And like you say, that you feel like you took too long before you started. So, you know, if you're young out there and you want to start, just do it. So tell us, what are your last words to our viewers before you go? Obviously, they need to go and subscribe to your channel. Guys, please go and subscribe to Edu News in Mzansi. What are your last words today?
Please, people must subscribe to my channel. Come, let's enjoy education in South Africa. Let's share the news. You know, every day there's something that is happening in those classes. And as parents, you may not know. So I'm here. I'm going to share those news with you. Visit my channel almost every day. Just check what is there, what is it that I've reported. Because I have news for you. News that you might not know about education. Ask anything that has to do with education. I will respond. In case I do not have that information. Today, one lady sent me a message to say, Jane, my child has been expelled in school because apparently the child has a psychological problem. Then the child is using some razor blades to cut herself. So I don't know what is the problem with the child. Then the lady wanted to know, what is it that I need to know if there's a lot of money for the psychologists and whatever. But because I have the information, then I said to this lady, the Department of Education has free psychologists. So those are some of the information that I'm going to share one day. Just to tell you about the office there, how the office stands, the different office units that are there. You need to know about these things. Sometimes we'll discuss the results. How results stands. We need to discuss this. In fact, from once the results are out, we're going to discuss that because I'm going to take it step by step. Now we are busy preparing for the exams. When they start writing exams, we're going to talk about the challenges that are there. What is it that parents need to do to help these children, especially those parents who are with their children at home? What do you need to do to try and encourage them? Because today we find it hard to encourage these children to study. So let's talk about such things. Once the results are out, we'll talk about the results. I'm going to analyze them for you to make you understand how they go. In the beginning of the year, what is it that we need to do to prepare our learners for class? Once they are in class, what is it that we check as parents so that we support one another with the teachers? So, and we build up this education of our children, step by step. When a child is giving you challenges, what do we need to do? Like I said, where I do not have answers, I will search for answers and I will come back and give you answers. The school curriculum is divided into terms. We'll talk about those terms. Preparation of the smaller nyana tests that are being given these learners. At the end, how do we work out term results? Those are some of the things that we will be talking about. How to improve those results if we see that. Because we can't wait until it is December. We need to start from the beginning of the year to try and help our children. So this channel, it's here for that. So let's use this channel. Ask anything that has to do with education and discipline in schools. Those are some of the things that we'll be talking about. To mention a few of things that we'll be talking about.
I'm sure a lot of us who are parents here will be watching because there is so much information that we don't have, and also so many rules that we actually don't even understand, and some resources that we don't even know exist. So I'm excited about your channel, but tell us the names of the other two channels so that people can also check those ones out.
All right. Let me start with my boys' channel. I have Let's Raise Molemo Together. Molemo is a special child. He has hydrocephalus, and because of that, Molemo cannot walk. Molemo cannot talk. There's a lot of things he cannot do. If you go to the channel, I'm sure you'll get information about Molemo. So I said, let's raise him together, because sometimes it's like we who have special children, they belong to us. It must be us who see what to do. But people who have children that are normal, we are beautiful, we play with them, we do whatever when we see them. But when these other parents, when they see you pushing Molemo in that stroller or maybe whatever you call it, they don't even want to come closer to my child. It's like it's a
Yeah.
curse. It's like it's a
Mm,
curse. So I'm saying
mm,
let's do it together, because there's this saying, Erin, raising a child by the community. A child
mm.
belongs to the community. And my son as well, being the way he is, he belongs to the same community. There's a
Mm.
reason why I have this child in my family. There is a reason. So I'm going to use him for the community to learn how to
Yeah.
raise such children. So the channel is about that. My third channel is about health and exercises. There we're talking with gym exercises. We
Mm.
need to become healthy, young, middle-aged, old people. We need to be healthy. That's the main thing about the channel. And the name of the channel is All for Health with Jane. So meaning whatever we do in the channel, the main aim is for health reasons or purpose. So
Thank you
it's
so
three
much,
channels.
Jane. It's always so inspiring to chat to you. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm sure people are going to be going to your channel to subscribe. Those who can share on your social media head channel, please share so that you can get to the people that need the information that is on this channel. Thank you so much, Jen. I really appreciate you joining me today.
Thanks, my dear. Thank you, Ntando. Thank you, family. I'm going to subscribe. I'm going to watch first. Watch your videos and then
Yeah.
subscribe. Because I'm afraid it's like when you just subscribe without watching. YouTube is like subscribe that
Uh,
subscriber. So
Free
I don't
play.
need that. I will watch and subscribe for you, all of you who are here today. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
All right.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much. Bye. This has been so much fun, you guys. I hope that it has been as much fun for you as it has been for me. Bako says, thank you, Jane. Yes, that collab between Celia and Jane, we need it. Okay, it's written in the books now. All we need is a date of when it's happening. Uh, I'm gonna wait a little bit for Pilile, it's Pilile Barbara, because she was supposed to join us today. She was in the waiting room, but then she walked out. I'm not sure what is happening, but I'm gonna wait a little bit for her. And yeah, guys, any other questions that you have, just put it in the comment section. Guys, tonight we are watching Uthando Nesithe. Okay, laba ababuka u-1. What's the other one? One Magic. We are watching Uthando Nesithembu. I'm interested to know what you're looking forward to. We're watching episode 3 tonight. And what are the things? Because it's the hottest thing now, right now on YouTube, Uthando Nesithembu. Tell me what you think about it in the comment section. But Pilile has just come in, so I'm just going to welcome her and we're going to have a chat with her. One of the most supportive YouTubers here on this space. Hi, Pilile, unjani sisi? Please turn off the other listening to us on YouTube.
Inkhona sesintando njani?
Ngiyaphila sis, turn it down on the other side and only listen on the stream. Listen on studio.
Sorry Ntando, I forgot. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, sis. I think there is
Hello, can you hear me
just before.
Ntando?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? I don't know. Something is funny. Okay, are you muted? Okay, tell
I don't know.
tell
I'm
me.
not muted, so I don't know if the problem is with me.
No, I can hear you, but there's a delay in the audio for some reason. I don't know why.
You still can't hear me.
I can hear you. Hi, Pilile. Do you wanna
I'm
maybe
sure there's
try
a
and
problem, but I'm here.
do you wanna maybe try and put on? Okay, let me just remove you a little bit. Oh, she just walked out. I wanted her to wait in the waiting room so we can sort out the sound while she's waiting, but I'm gonna see if she comes back, you guys, and then we can see if we continue with the chats. I think there was a delay in the audio, so it's hard to have a conversation when it's moving slow like that. Anyway, you guys, Bako says the channel links are in the description. Yes, you guys, that all the channels that were on this stream today, the links are in the description below. Please check it out and subscribe. And those who were not on the stream but they participated in the comment section, please check them out and also subscribe. And Uno Sister says, thank you, Edu News. It's very powerful. Honestly, you guys, she has very like important information on her channel. So go and watch. Please go and watch. And then Confi says, Edu News in Mzansi, thanks for sharing such important information. Already subscribed to your channel. Thank you, Confi. We had Confi the other week here. And then Edu News says, hi, Bako, a great idea. Cecilia, definitely I am for it. I'm so excited. Yes, that is for Edu News. Working with Celia, because we need that video where both of them are in the same video. So we're gonna try this again, you guys. Like I said, we're learning how to stream here, so the imperfections just ignore. Okay, we'll get perfect in the future. And then we'll start calling politicians on here and interviewing them. But for now, we're all learning. So be patient if things are not working out. So let's welcome Opilile Barbara. Hi, Sisunjani.
Ngikhona sisi Ntalunjani.
Ngiyaphila, you look beautiful today.
Thank you. You finally hear me now.
The problem was on my side. Ukuguga loku yazi.
I put the mic on, I took the mic off, so I didn't know what's wrong.
It was all me. It was all me. I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
Yes, so I'm so glad that this week we could make it. Remember, we are supposed to do it last week, but things didn't work out. So I'm so happy that you could join us today. Your channel, before I ask you any question, your channel for me is a representation of patience and consistency and not giving up, because you've been here for a while and you just, you're one of those people that is not rushing but working hard at the same time. How long have you been on YouTube?
I started this channel last year July. So I've been here 1 year, 3 months. I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, and you do entertainment. Has it always been about entertainment from the beginning?
Not at all. I started with the makeup because I really love makeup, even though I'm not really good with it. So I started with makeup channel.
Oh, okay. And then you moved to entertainment. Do you still do makeup on your channel? I haven't seen any makeup videos.
I'm not consistent there. I just throw a video now and then.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's there. It's there. I post on it sometimes. So I always mention ukuthi I started with a makeup channel at the same time being entertainment, because I was watching a lot of OM entertainment and Awondibu and stuff. So then there's a time where I tried to push 2 channels. So then and then I was like, okay, because the entertainment being at makeup, and then I had to leave makeup behind, and then I'll push entertainment, monetize, and then once I monetize it, makeup monetize. But
and
actually I started with makeup.
Yeah, and you've been so consistent. I haven't seen your makeup channel, but on the entertainment channel, you've been one of the most consistent. Not only are you consistent as a YouTuber, but you also are consistent as a viewer, because I see you on everybody's video being supportive. Do you feel like the support that you give to the other creators, you get back when it comes to your channel as well? Because you're one of those people that is really supportive here on YouTube.
Yeah, that's the thing, sis. I feel like what I give is not what I get. So, but I accept it. It's like it's fine. I watch so many
Yeah,
channels and I support so many people, but yeah, I feel like it's not what I don't get that back, but it's fine.
yeah,
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 it's
yeah.
fine.
No, I notice you because I really feel like you do support a lot, and I see you in on everybody's comment section as well. How has your journey been on YouTube? Do you think it's been easy, or do you think it's been difficult? What has been the challenges that you have faced while on your journey on YouTube?
I think the biggest challenge is just hitting that target. I mean, yeah, I've been trying and trying to get subscribers, to get watch hours, but it's been so difficult. So that is the biggest challenge for me, just to get there. But I keep on trying, working hard to make sure that I get there. But that one is the biggest challenge. And then
Mm,
when I started my this YouTube thing, I didn't have much experience. I just started because I was watching these YouTubers do their thing.
yeah.
Ngayithanda lento. I fell in love with it, and I was like, yes, ngayenza lento. Let me just do it as well. Ngibona ukuthi ngahluleka yini. So I didn't have any
Yeah.
experience ukuthi mawuqala i-channel kumele wenzeni. So what I did is to just record videos and record and upload without really like trying to make sure with my videos get to the people. So being manning upload. Because if you can look at my channel, I've got so many videos, more than 300, I don't know how many. So I was
Mm,
just uploading and not trying to make sure that my videos get to the people. So it's only later when I was like, okay, I have to work hard to make sure ukuthi abantu bayangithola, something like that. So okuyinto bengingayenzi mangiqala because bengingenalo ulwazi. But then I always say we learn as we grow. So I think yeah, I'm growing kancane kancane, you know.
yes. Yeah, and the thing about you, I think we've been similar in a sense that we did YouTube without being concerned about being perfect. Because I remember when I first started, and I saw also your videos were so imperfect, and mine were so imperfect. So when I on YouTube, when I used to see people with my videos, I feel as I'm like, "Ish, at least I'm not alone." Sometimes sometimes the sound is off. Sometimes the
Yeah.
picture is not the I was like, okay, at least I'm not alone. But one thing that was very encouraging about you was that you never stopped. You never stopped, even when you were getting comments that were not so kind. How were you dealing with those comments when people are making comments about, like comments that are not encouraging about being on YouTube? How did you deal with that?
It's kind of thing I just ignore those comments, if not block someone who's boring me.
Mm,
I just
yeah,
ignore the comments. Yeah, I know ukuthi vele vele I'm not perfect. Like I said, noma bengiqala, I didn't have that knowledge ukuthi what must I do. Like I said, ukuthi I was just record and record without editing, without some of those videos
yeah.
I've deleted because they're so
Mm,
funny. So
yeah.
yeah, that's the thing, man. I'm a comments anjalo ukuthi wabora, something like that. I just ignore, but some of them I block. Some of them I respond kancane, but yeah, some of them I just ignore. Ngiqhubeke ngenze lento
Mm.
mina engiyithandayo because I'm doing what I love, so I can't be stopped by the other person, so I just keep on going.
Listen, I'm so happy that that is your attitude because I honestly don't want you to give up. Because since I've been watching you for the long time, whether I comment or not, I've been watching you for the long time, and I can tell you that in the way that you do your videos has improved so much. Like maybe you have to go and watch your old videos so that you can see how much you have improved. So I think that the thing, they said the more videos you upload, the more you improve. So if you work hard, really, the chances of getting better are even more. So I feel like
Yeah.
that's what has happened with you. So I'm so happy that you're not even thinking of giving up. But I want to read the comments and see what people, maybe if people have things that they want to say to you. Okay, there is simply Onika YouTube or YT says, Sispilile, don't touch your hair. And she's always doing this. I'm
I've got funny hair, so every time when I sit in front of the camera, I'm just looking my hair. I'm like, oh no. So I always do this, like, oh no, yes, lazy dwell.
It should be your thing. I take it as it's just your thing because you can't do a
Yeah,
video without touching your hair. I enjoy
but
Pilile's videos. I enjoy Pilile's videos too. Me too, Vanessa. And Bako says, sorry, Pilile. Sometimes we watch and don't comment. It's still a view. There is still a view. She just, I don't know if she clicked out by mistake, but I'm just gonna wait for her to come back. You really support everyone. She does. Pilile does support everyone, you guys. And cook more with me. Just laughing emojis. And through that, Bako, yeah, she does support everyone. I have attached my links for my other two channels, Edu News in Mzansi. Please subscribe to her other channels. Celia says, I always enjoy your videos, Pilile. Keep pushing, my love. Yes, she must keep pushing, guys. She's been pushing for a long time. Let's support her. If you can share your channel, if you are somebody that is able to share for free on your community post, because it's not the same for everyone, and we don't force anyone to do it, please do that. If you want to share on your WhatsApp, on your Facebook, wherever that you can, where you can share it, please do that. And also, let's just watch her videos so that she can, if you have free Wi-Fi, watch her videos so that she can make up those 4,000 watch hours. Because hey, guys, iyanyukela indlela yalo 4,000 watch hours. I don't even know how YouTube came up with that 4,000, honestly. And then Confi said, I just subscribed to your channel, Pilile. But that is great. I'm so happy that you guys are doing that. It is true. Videos get better with time. Videos get better with time, you guys. It really, really does. And also, like, even when you're not good with editing and fixing the sound, sometimes I'm able to fix the sound, sometimes I'm not able to. But as I'm doing more videos, I'm figuring things out. So if you stay away from doing the videos because you feel like it's imperfect, you're not helping yourself. The more you do, the more you improve. So even here with the live streams, like people that I'll be saying, let's do a live stream, and the person will be like, oh my god, I'm so scared to do a live, and I'll be like, I'm scared too, but let's do it so that we can get used to it. That is the whole point of us doing the stream, so that we can get used to it. And then Upilile, what's happening, guys? My phone just went off. I'm sorry. It's okay. Maybe we will do it again next week, because I do have a few questions that I wanted to ask you. So maybe you will join us again next week. It's okay. I'm glad that we could chat a little bit. You guys, please subscribe to Pilile Barbara's channel. She's in the comment section, but also the description below. We also have her link in there. Pilile, my love, let's keep pushing. You're doing great. Yes, she is doing great, you guys. She is doing great. Even if you're thinking of giving up, you guys, don't give up. Don't give up. Once you get to that 1,000 and 4,000 watch hours, then you can really start working on your channel now and starting to really strategize so that you can make some money. So I don't know, guys, if you are over 500 already and you are thinking of giving up, just don't. Anyway, even if you have 100, like if you are working on your channel, don't give up. Don't. If you are sitting at home thinking of starting a channel, just do it, you guys. I don't know if there's anybody that wants to ask some questions, you guys, or maybe we can wrap up, okay, and maybe and then see each other next week, because I want to have my supper and then wait. Okay, wait for Tandon's tip, which we're gonna watch today. Yes. Okay, guys. Thank you so much to everybody that joined our live stream, you guys. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, that our streams right now are not going to be perfect. Somebody was actually asking me if we are going to invite big YouTubers to come on this space. And I was like, I don't mind inviting people, but I just want to do it with like smaller YouTubers right now, because the purpose is to get used to this whole thing of live streaming. And maybe in the future, then when we have everything, you know what I mean. Izinto mase zi right, then again we can invite somebody. For now, the stream is for two purposes. One is to expose smaller YouTubers to other smaller YouTubers and just the viewers in general, to say we've got these YouTubers here, please support. And also they have really great channels that you're missing out on. And purpose number two is really for us to get used to streaming, because one thing that I feel like as South African YouTubers we don't do a lot is streaming, and I feel like the YouTubers from other countries do it more than we do it. I don't know why, but it's just like that. So it's for us to say, yeah, you can do streaming almost every day if you want to. By the way, guys, we're using StreamYard. It's actually a free package, guys, StreamYard. That's why you have a watermark here, because it's free. Okay, so you don't even have to pay for the package for you to be able to stream. But if you want to remove the watermark and you want to have an option as well, you can stream, and your stream can be on YouTube, on Facebook, and what's the other one? I don't know if it's Instagram. It can be on all platforms at the same time while you are live. If you want that, you can pay for the package on StreamYard and do that. So it really is up to you. It's a great app to use for streaming, you guys. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much to everybody for joining us. Hopefully we will do this again next week. Usually we are disturbed by load shedding. So if we don't have load shedding, of course, we're going to see each other next week, Friday, with other guests as well. If you want to be the guest on this stream, please let me know. You can come twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times if you want. As long as you feel you have something to say here, you can come. So thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate everybody for your time. And I think it's time for us to say goodbye. Bye, Bako. Bye, everybody that is in our comment section. Guys, listen, the reason I want to leave the stream is because of this. You see, if your man does not bring you, a man must bring you. A man must bring you amahew. Someone brought me amahew and came and put them here. So now I can't wait to drink them. Now ngiyabuka ukuthi ngiyangiphazamisa manje ngilokhu ngiyastreama engabe ngiphuza amahew, eh?